Hello my dear students, myself Professor Sanjay Chabda, Faculty of Law and Governance, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur, Rajasthan. This session is related to business organization for BBA LLB second semester. Unit number 2, session number 9. Session name is Advantages and Disadvantages of Sole Proprietorship form of business. So my dear students, in our last session, that is session number 8, we read about meaning and definition of sole proprietorship and features of sole proprietorship business. Now in this session we will discuss what are the merits and demerits of sole proprietorship. So the advantages of sole proprietorship business is: first, ease in formation, simple, easy to start. Sole proprietorship business is very easy to start. Sole proprietorship is the only form of organization where no legal formalities are required to be complied with. Anybody wishing to start a sole proprietorship business can do so without much formality. It can be started even with a very small capital. It is easy to start. Second advantage, discretion in start and dissolution. Sole proprietor is the one who has the right to take decision when to start and when to shut down the business. There is no legal formalities compelling him to shut down the business, provided he is running a legal business, and nobody is there to take decisions when to start. He is the overall owner of the business. He has his own discretion to start and dissolve. Then number 3 advantage, flexibility. Sole proprietor can change the nature, scope and size of the business whenever situation demands. Moreover, he can change his plans, policies and procedures in accordance with the needs of the changing times. So flexibility is always there. Number 4th advantage, free from legal formalities. Sole proprietorship is usually run in a small scale, and as it is run by one man, so it is free from legal formalities. Then number 5 advantage is independence of proprietor. Again it is same, like you can say that overall he is the one who can take his own decision. A proprietor is his own boss to in his sole proprietorship form of business. He can decide himself when to come to work and when to go home. He can hire and fire employees to expand the firm and alter the business. That is his independency. Number 6 advantage, quick decisions. Since he is the one, so he has the right to take his own decision. He need not wait for the decision from other management, other level of management. So quick decisions will be there. According to Witter, a sole proprietor can take quickest decisions with minimum obstacles. In fact, in sole proprietorship business, the proprietor is the whole and soul. Is we said that he is Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh of the business. So he can take his own decision. Number 7 advantage, facilitates coordination. This form of organization facilitates coordination for many reasons. Like number 1, the scope and size of business is limited and division of work is minimum. Hence, the need for coordination is also limited. Number 2, the proprietor himself takes all the decisions and decides all the plans and policies and is closely associated with their implementations. So it facilitates coordination. Number 8 advantage, personal contacts with customer. This is one of the main advantage of sole proprietorship, that since it is run by one main business, he is overall in the business and he has his personal contacts with the customers. A sole proprietor is in a position to maintain close and personal contact with the customers. This helps him to know the choice, preferences, likes, dislikes, and changes them more accurately and timely, as he is in direct contact with the customers. Number 9, secrecy. This is again one of the advantages of sole proprietorship. A sole proprietor is not bound to discuss and disclose the plans, policies, and procedures to anyone. He is the one overall owner of the business, so he can keep everything, all his policies, confidential and secret. Then number 10 advantage, perfect control. A sole proprietor is the supreme judge of all matters pertaining to his business within the legal framework of the country. Moreover, he has direct contacts with all his employees and customers. So he therefore can ensure perfect control over all the business activities and achieve the business objectives efficiently and effectively. Number 9, economy in operation. As the scope of operation is limited, henceforth the investment also will be limited, so we can say that there will be economy in operation. Then number 12 advantage, easy to borrow funds. A sole proprietor owns all and risks all, so his ability or his liability is unlimited for all the business obligations. Therefore, the lenders feel secured in providing funds to the sole proprietor, because if his business will fail to pay or fail to repay the debt, at least borrowers can claim from his personal assets. Then number 13 advantage, direct relation between effort and reward. In the word of Professor Haney, the judgment, energy, skill and determination of the individual entrepreneur are put in direct relation to his profit or loss. So direct relation between effort and reward. Put your best effort, get maximum profit. Then number 14, successors benefited by inherited business. Like a business run by his father and is having goodwill, now gradually later on his son will inherit that business and will enjoy that goodwill. So the success of a sole proprietor are also most benefited by the business they inherit. They benefit from the goodwill and the property and sound business system inherited by them. Then number 15 advantage, social advantages. The sole proprietorship form of business is even socially desirable and essential for the following reasons. Number 1, it can spread and diffuse ownership and control of business activities. Number 2, it can eradicate monopolies. Number 3, it provides independent employment opportunities. Number 4, it helps develop business and managerial qualities. Number 5, it can serve the customers better. And number 6, it paves the way for large and medium enterprises. So these are the merits and advantages of sole proprietorship. Now let us discuss some demerits or disadvantages of sole proprietorship. Number 1, limited managerial capacity. Since he is the only one, so limited managerial capacity. So William R. Bassett has rightly observed, one man control is the best in the world if that man is big enough to manage everything. It is found clearly that the management capacity or managerial capacity of any individual is limited. One individual cannot perform all the functions of buying, selling, accounting, advertising, insurance, credit, and management of assistants, subordinates. For one man, it's difficult to control everything. Then number two, hasty decisions. Since he can take quick decisions, so chances are there for hasty decisions, wrong decisions. And one hasty decision can make a businessman to suffer huge losses. Number three disadvantage, secrecy causes suspicious. My dear students, you always see that the workers, subordinates, those who are working under sole proprietorship, they always used to look at the sole proprietor in a suspicious manner because he used to maintain all the secrecy of the business. Number four, unlimited liability. Unlimited liability is also one of the disadvantage of sole proprietorship because even for his business loss, even for his business liability, his personal property will be attached. That is unlimited liability. Then number five, limited financial resources. This is again one of the disadvantage of sole proprietorship because he is the one who used to contribute capital from his pocket. He used to want to bear all the risk. He borrows at his own name. So one man, how much capital he can contribute? One man, how much he can borrow in his own name to run a business. So there is always scarcity of resources, capital. Then number six disadvantage is loss in absence. As he has the liberty to start or to dissolve his business, he has the liberty to go to business anytime, to shut down business at any time, or to close his business at any time. But if this is one main business and if that man is out of that business, then who will look after the business? So there will always be loss in the absence of an individual. Dear students, as you know, if one man is running a shop and he has to go out of the station for a week or for some days, then he has to shut down his business. Or in any occasion, or even in his sickness or illness, or suppose on the death of any of his relatives, he is not able to go to his business. So as a result, his business is shut down, which incurs losses. Then number seven disadvantage is difficulty in attracting and retaining good employees. So when the business is a sole proprietorship, firm grows, the proprietor needs to hire good and competent employees, but he may face difficulty in attracting competent employees. Reason being that a sole proprietor cannot offer high salaries, fringe benefits, opportunities for promotion, job securities, etc. that are found in other form of organization. So difficulty in attracting and retaining good employees. Then number eight disadvantage, high mortality rate. The failure rate of sole proprietorship is very high as compared to other form of business ownership. There are many reasons responsible for this, but most of them die due to poor management. Then number nine disadvantage, lack of stability. It is generally said that the sole proprietorship business swims and sinks with the proprietors. A sole proprietor business has no life beyond that of its founder. In fact, the business of a sole proprietor continues so far as he is there, except in cases where he has a successor or successors who are able and willing to continue his business. In the event of death, if no successor is there, then business also will shut down. Then last, number 10 disadvantage, unfit for medium and large businesses. The sole proprietorship organization is good for tiny and small businesses. However, it is unfit for medium and large businesses. So these are the disadvantages of sole proprietorship business. So students, from this session, what you have learned? Merits and demerits of sole proprietorship. So explain merits and demerits of sole proprietorship form of business organization. Thank you.